Last bit of the puzzle, we didn't mention this earlier, 15mm spacers up front, just to give it a little bit more of a meaty look. And then we've got 7mm for the rear. Yeah, 7? But the main reason we were doing this is because all the little dome jobbies were a bit knackered on the old
Welcome, fish keepers, one and all. How are we doing on this fabulous Friday night? Hope you can see and hear me. Little bit of a technical issue. I started the stream about 10 minutes early tonight for no other reason than my fingers are too fat. But it's Friday. It's Friday Night Live. We're here. We're in Sheffield, freezing our testicles off. Another cold, cold day. But it's not too bad in the fish room. So hope you're all well. Hope you're all settled in. Have got your refreshments ready for another evening of fun and frolicking. Frolicking? There will be no frolicking. Fun. Let's go with fun. We have for your delectation tonight another quiz, another answer smash, a team answer smash, and an early poll for everyone. Whether you want to have the team element added to the main quiz. So we'll start a poll for that and we can talk about that for a little while. But we've also got some aquarium confessions. We've had a couple of extra ones, one of which I've had a little peek at because it was sent in earlier in the week, which made me smile. So I think you'll enjoy that one. It's something. So as a reminder for anyone who wants to participate, the Aquarium Confessions, they're our little safe space where we can all share the stupidest things we've done or seen. So tonight's, as someone claims, a friend of mine did this, which I was a bit like, of course it is. So if you fancy sharing, sorry, I'm trying to type at the same time. Get your confessions in and I will try and be as nice as possible to you. But anyway, let's see how far back are we going. First one in that I can see, I think it was somebody else, but I can see Mandy saying, "Oh, you're kind of early." I was a bit sorry about that. As I say, I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to make sure I could show the comments because last week the comment system broke, so I have upgraded and messed around with it. And hopefully it will continue to work from now on. And also, has anyone noticed how bright it is in here? It's been nice if the camera focused though. The light, which I guarantee will not go out tonight. I have two lights on me, illuminating me in fantastic light. I'm very proud of this. I took the light to bits. I got soldering iron out and everything, and finally fixed it. So it should remain good for the rest of the evening. Fish Farm Link is in, as is Renee Decoir. Mandy Green's here too. Lauren is in. I had the pleasure of meeting Lauren and Dan. They came to pick up some plants earlier in the week. If you want to check out what they've done with them, you can jump on the Discord. You can jump on the Discord and see in the new tank that Lauren got for passing her driving test. I believe that was who needs an excuse for a new tank? But that was her excuse. A little treat for passing her driving test. So it was nice to see you guys. Stuart from a snowy Wolverhampton. Yep, there's been snow here today as well. It's not actually settled, but I have seen snowflakes, and there's currently a few snowflakes out there, but it's like freezing my nuts off today when I've been out. I was like, that when it's that cold, you can't move your fingers, and you think, should have worn gloves. It was that cold today. And Stuart, I assume it's from you, but I got your gift today, which I forgot to bring down because it was really cool. I'll show that at some point on camera. Bandit Fishing, I thought I was late. Turns out I was early, yes. I know. Rutherford, how are we doing? Tanks behaving tonight or causing chaos? So far, so good. You know how at the end of last week's live stream I mentioned, right, I've settled on plans for Megatank 1, what we're going to do with it, and how we're going to build Megatank 1.1. Turns out I was wrong. I have not settled on plans. I've almost full circled back to what I said I was going to do. But I started planning it out and realised it wasn't going to work properly without changing the rest of the fish room as well. So I think I've settled on that. I started filming a video trying to explain what I was going to do, and then I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to bother making a video about it, but I'm kind of getting there now, so I know what we should do. And it's roughly going to be the same thing. Just might take a few stages. Good evening from a cold Bolton, says Lee. Indeed, there's just average down there. Oh, my balls. It is one of those oh, my balls Oh, thank you for the super chat, whoever that just averaged in. Thank you very much. Buying plants and super chats. I mean, you're really going all out. Thank you very much. Hi from Sweden, says Gasmask. Hello there. A blanket hello to everyone, and don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, a little bit of admin. It is free. You don't have to pay to come here, as much as it's lovely if you do pay. But I would like a like, or even a dislike. I don't really care. Just to show me you're here. Say hello. That would be nice as well. What would be really nice if you went and watched a couple of my videos after this is obviously, don't just leave now. I think I've done everything else admin-wise. We've got the quiz. We've got the Aquarium Confessions. We've got the Answer Smash, and there was something else. 250 of these I've done, and I can't remember. I'll get it one day. I was thinking about another section or feature to add to the live stream, but I think we'll save that till next week. But I am open to I honestly haven't had a drink. I am open to suggestions. Obviously, I'm trying to... The niche or the USP for this live stream is it's not just a fish live stream. It's not, this is how you care for this. This is how you build the tank. This is what... It's meant to be a little bit of everything. More of an entertainment thing where we get to hang out, play some games, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think turning it into an overly technical or scientific or ichthyology-based lecture is going to work. But I'm happy to include more fishy things, but I kind of want everything to lean towards fun, lean towards a bit of relaxing, a bit of not just listening to this is how you should do this, or me mouthing off about things all the time. So again, I've been thinking about that and how to expand the live stream. Obviously, talking about having guests on or co-hosts and things like that has always been something that I've kind of toyed with the idea of. Oh yeah. So again, other things there. I just saw that one from Mandy, who's been a member for almost 3 years. But when did you do Meet the Mods? That's actually how long ago I've been a member. It just lapsed for a bit. That was what triggered me to think about doing other things, because I did do a Meet the Mods section. Now, that was pre-channel hacking. So when my channel got hacked last year, I lost all my moderators. And I didn't add any of them back. I don't think I added any of them back. I think I added all the new ones back. And that made me think, oh, we've kind of got new moderators, because I was looking for my Meet the Mods video or live streams, which was a section of live streams where I had a moderator on as a guest and we had a bit of a chat about stuff. So I thought, oh, maybe we could do that again, because I think it's all new moderators. All the moderators that are moderators now weren't moderators the first time. So that's what inspired me to think about, oh, what new features can we do? What can we do that's a little bit different? Might be a bit of fun. Maybe see if we can sort that out. But anyway, that's me. What else have we got that's going on for everyone else? Apple Gal, hello everybody. How you doing? Bandit Fission says, I found a guy that needs a 9-inch Giardini rescuing, and I'm trying to figure out how to ask my mum in a way that she won't say no. You just get it, sneak it in, and then write into Aquarium Confessions and tell me all about it, and I will absolve you. Oh my balls has never been more applicable with the weather. You're not wrong. I don't know. It's not even that cold. It's like 2 degrees or something like that. 1 degree right now. But it feels like it's -5. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Hello, how are we doing? Nice to see you, Mona Lee. I've lost power right now, says Apple Gal. I've plugged my aquarium heater and air pump into my EcoFlow power station that I bought specifically for this purpose. I finally got to use it. Feels like a bit of a win. It's a strange situation when you get something like that and you're praying for disasters just so as you can test it properly. But I'm glad you got it. I've been harassing EcoFlow and Jackery and places like that. Say, how about you give me one of those big fancy power bank things, please, and I'll make a video about it. Silence. Not heard a peep from any of them. Graham Holbrook, how we doing? AV is good. Good. And there is the link to the Discord. Your camera's doing that focusing back and forth. I might need to upgrade my camera one day. I'm still on the same camera I used many moons ago. where I believe newer ones use AI technology to do like focus tracking, and I can move around and it'll stick with me and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. Thank you very much for the super balls, I was about to say. Thank you for the super balls, Dan. Stevie P, how we doing? Nice to see you. It was lovely to meet you and awesome to see where the magic happens. Also honoured to have met Brian in real life. Dickhead comment of the week says yes. Yeah, we might bring that back. I've not done it for a few weeks because I did start to feel bad about, because I can be overly critical sometimes. I think if I was going to be critical of myself, I think I can read more into some comments. And obviously I was doing it a lot for effect, a little bit. But I quite often, after the fact, think about it when I've been mean to somebody, going, oh, should I have been that mean to them? Maybe they're having a bad day. Oh, is it that big a deal? So I don't know if I like Dickhead comment of the week. Like the last one that I called, if you're following me on the Discord server, I was having a bad day and I properly went off at somebody who, and on the face of it, the comment was meaningless. It was nothing. It was just a little bit snarky. But it was like the straw that broke the snarky camel's back. And I went off on him a little bit, which did give me some temporary relief because I got to vent my anger in a direction at a nameless, faceless nobody on the internet. But then afterwards, I'm kind of racked with guilt going, oh, maybe they're having a really shitty day too. Maybe I've just made it worse. Maybe they like coming on to me and they're having a little bit of a pop at me and they tempered it back to be not that bad. And then I've jumped down the throat and I've made them horrible. Till the next video, he made another snarky comment, so it just clearly went straight over his head. So I don't know. We'll see. We might bring Dickhead comment of the week back. We might not. We'll have to worry about it a bit more. Freshwater Ichthyology, hello. Meet the Mods was during just after COVID. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Most of the people that we met on the Meet the Mods are no longer here. I mean, they're still alive, I think, but they're not active community members, shall we say, which is fine. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it ebbs and flows and people come and go, and that's kind of natural and absolutely fine. I'm super thankful for all of you who have stuck around, because normally the only person that sticks around is me, the host. Good evening from Mum and Dad. Thank you very much, Mum and Dad. Hello, how are we doing? I nominate Mona Lee to be a moderator before you do a meet with the mods. Oh yeah, well I probably do need to have a couple more mods, and it will be the regulars that I pick. I don't really pick anyone for a you don't really have a job to do as such. It's not like, I know some channels have moderators who are like specialists in, I don't know, Corridoras. So if someone comes up with a Corridoras question, they can say, oh, speak to Jeff, he's our Corridoras guy. And some people have like, I don't know, a social media mod or a Discord mod or whatever. I was about to say something really that sounded quite bad. Like, my mods are just people. They're people who show up and are here because it's generally an easy moderating. I don't have that many haters, or unless you're doing a really good job, and I'm not seeing it either, but I don't generally have that many people who are like problematic, shall we say. They're few and far between. They do come every now and again, but it's not too bad. Must say thank you, Graham, for answering my questions about a fish shop earlier in the week. Oh yes, so again, reached out on Discord to ask me. I should have prefaced that with I've never run a fish shop. I just know about the pet shop licensing bit in my specific part of the world. Garage Gills, hello. That's not Garage Gills' comment, but you get the idea. I paid like 500 Canadian dollars plus tax for the power station just for my fish. My co-workers think I'm nuts. I know, but it is just for your fish, but I think that's the wrong way to phrase it or think about it. It's not just for your fish. It's to support your hobby. It's a disaster recovery plan for a living thing. That's why I feel bad that I have some battery backup. So I've got versions that I can run my air pump for quite a while and keep the fish room going for a while, because most of my tank, well, all of my tanks are fed with air, but most of them, having air run in them for a while keeps the longevity going a little bit. But I don't have anything for heaters, I don't have anything for filters that are power filters, and I probably should. Temu haul landed today, mixed bag, some good bargains, some proper rubbish, that's what we like. XXL spiderwood was more like excess. Has anyone else been caught out? Yes, I have been caught and bitten by the Temu bug. I think I've got the same sort. In fact, I'll show you. This was one of my Temu buys, which was literally called massive. I said it was literally called. Now I can't remember. It was something like massive spiderwood haul. DIY directions for XXL tanks. It might even have been XXXL tanks. I just remember that. And the picture was like one big bit, one big decorative bit. And it did say something in the description like, this might be several bits joined together. I didn't put those zip ties on it. That's how it came. I was like, someone's definition of XXXL is very much different to mine. But it was cheap as shit, so I kind of was expecting something like this, and that would be good for some small tanks. And I thought, oh, well, I'll get some use out of it. I think it was like £3 or something like that, so I don't know what I was expecting, but the descriptions are, vlogging cameras seem okay for focus until it's up close. Mine's quite old, but I never notice it be awful on tracking faces. Not the greatest for high resolution video, though. I mean, my camera's fine, and I shouldn't be complaining. It's just in this particular situation, it will quite often, and I think it's Brian's fault. I'm blaming Brian. If he's there, it detects his eye and goes, right, well, that must be an eye. I'll focus on that. And then it comes back and then it gets confused and just switches between the two. Show some love by liking this video. Thank you very much, Fish Family. Do that. Fishman Aquatic Store was active. Yeah, that's back when we was doing Meet the Mods, because Callum and Courtney were two of the mods. Callum, who worked at Fishman Aquatics. And that's been shut down a few years now. I'm inactive as so much work to do. I need to finish the PhD, and as the pay stop, the PhD. I'm having that live stream stroke thing again. PhD as the pay stop. Yeah, well, you get a pass. I literally just post links because I like to help. I don't think Graham's ever asked me to post anything. I mean, I wouldn't know what to ask you to post. It's just if someone is a bit of a dickhead and I miss it, you boot them before we get a chance. I'd be banning everyone. Well, maybe that's what we need, Lee. Someone with a bit of grit. Keep them down. Right, so what have we said in the poll? Oh, we would like to do a team version of the quiz. So it's still individual, but there's also a team element. So we will do that. I have picked, in order to drill down on who Error 404 is, this week's team for the Eliminator is men versus women. So should we do the same thing for the main quiz, or do you want to try something different? I don't know. Let me know. I'll end that poll though. Because we know that Error 404 is American or rest of the worldian, so I should have narrowed that down a bit. And hopefully we'll find out if they're a man or a woman tonight. And if you're something else, I'm sorry, but you'll just have to pick a side for the purposes of the quiz. Let's not get all too drawn into all the 47 genders. But a link to the quiz would be useful, Graham, wouldn't it? Yes, let's copy that link address and paste it into chat for those of you who want to play the quiz. Oh, no, I better not do that. I better pick what we're doing. I'll go for men versus women for the main quiz right now, unless somebody immediately types into chat that they want to try something else. Because when you join, you get asked to pick a team. We're going for ladies and gents. There we go. Right. Oh, no. Don't want to do that. I want to do this. There is the link to the quiz. Mandy says, I don't keep fish now, but I'm still here. Thank you very much. That's what we like. I want to give something for everybody. So if you are into your fish, there might be a little bit of fishy content every now and again. But if you're just here for a bit of a wind down after a horrific week at work, give you a bit of that as well. I've lost power for days. Tanks got down to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Not a single death. Good. Yeah, I mean, they can lose power for ages and hopefully be okay. They can also, you can do everything in your power to keep them in optimal conditions and they can all die. That's one of those things, isn't it? It's horrible. But yeah, I would like to get a proper power bank for if there was. I've never had a power cut here properly. I think we've had one, very, very short ones, but it would be useful. Because I've probably got thousands of pounds worth of fish. Absolutely love my fish. They're like babies, but I am a bit nuts as well. Fair enough. Family Man 25, nice to see you. The way I see spending big money on my tanks is no different to someone buying life aids or expensive things for their dogs and cats. Yes, I always make the analogy as I could be playing golf because we're spending thousands of pounds on golf equipment every year, membership, screen fees, all that kind of stuff. It's just a different hobby. And this one's even started to pay me back a little bit. Bonsai sized wood, I know it is a little bit. Theoretically, if you take those pieces and glue them end to end, it would be pretty big. Indeed, I think you could get like a nice little display out of this. I think that would work quite well. My idea was, you know, the big black lava rocks that I used in Onescape, I was going to use this to, like, as if it was a tree root around the lava rocks and have them all intertwined, as if they were growing over it type of thing, but got bored. I did that with spiderwigs and now I have 90 wigs. Hello, you don't know me. That sounds like it's a threat. Don't know me. I've been watching your videos. I seen Brian is still around. Yay. Wildwoods is gone. Yeah, I heard that the other day. I've not started watching it. They're a podcast live stream type thing on a Sunday night with some people whose name I have immediately forgotten. Well, I've not forgotten their names, I've forgotten the name of the podcasty thing. It's Max Pedley and Jeremy Gay, and they do a thing on a Sunday night. It's kind of, oh, this is useful. I can keep up with what actual knowledgeable fish keepers know about. If anybody finds the name of it, feel free to share a link to it, because I can't remember. Paint some eyes in your glasses, then the next all drunken all-nighters will be acceptable. Yeah, that could work. Let me see if I can catch up a wee bit. Have you not noticed Mal stopped playing the quiz at the same time Error 404 started? Yeah, well, I do have some sneaking suspicions that there might be someone with a dual account that just likes to wind me up. Ready for Answer Smash already? Whoa. Good stuff. 68 is 20. All right. Oh, that's not too cold. Mal, M. Lebo, and Purple Burglar. Mal, M. Lebo, Purple Burglar Alarm all disappeared around the appearance of Error 404. It could be any of them. Is the quiz fish related or general knowledge? General knowledge. There are some fishy questions. I try and have a little bit of everything to please and irritate everyone in equal measure. I wouldn't say this week at work was horrific, but I did have to travel so that we could all be in one room and talk about process. Oh God, talk about process improvement. That would be horrific for me. Ugh. Traveling and process improvement. I used to be a PIL, a PIL, which stood for process improvement leader. But then they changed their names to specialists. So I was a piss. I quickly changed careers after that. But yeah, I used to do all the Six Sigma stuff and do performance improvement, process improvement, all that. I remember once going to the CEO of the company that I was working for with like a flowchart diagram of like a process of how it would work. And just as I was walking up to the door to knock on the door with this big A3 printed diagram of how it would work, he was screaming at the guy that was already in there saying, and if some other C word comes in here and shows me another effing process diagram, I'm going to throw them out the window. I was like, hello. But luckily I was much bigger than him, so I told him, sit down, shut up, and listen to my presentation. It didn't ask for a team. Oh well. Maybe I have to do that first before I share the link. Oh no, there are 2 teams, it says. Oh no, the old teams are still in. So it's got ladies, gentlemen, Europe, and rest of the world. Ooh. Okay, cock that up. Maybe we've got 4 teams. I don't know how that's going to work. I'll try and fix it before we do the next one. So maybe it didn't ask you for a team if you were already playing last week and you're already part of a team. That could be it. I forgot to remove Europe and rest of the world. Save the previous teams. It has indeed. And if you remember, that's how you get me to give you your free points. I like fish a lot, but my knowledge of fish is limited. You and me both, Sherry. I did watch about the podcast, but Sundays is my video day and I'm teaching on the Monday, so I finalise my seminars. Yeah, so you know the one I mean then, at least. Right, so if you want your points, all you have to do is be a member and then you can get extra points. And it's nice if you ask me now, because then I can add your points. And it's easy to add 0 plus 75. So Dan, Stevie P, Lauren, Dan, Stevie P is there. Lauren is there. Mona Lee, Lee. Do you know the Tenacious D song, Lee? Every time I hear that song now, I think of you. Lee. Apple 75. Zen Ginger. 75. Adam, 75. Oh, what was your name again? Are you Brian says Rehome Graham, I imagine? So D, the G's, Den, Garage Gills, Error 404, mysteriously. The G's is in twice. Craig Rutherford, Scat, and Ichthy, the only ones who are not getting more member points this week. There you go, that's your homework then, Lee. You have to look up Tenacious D, Lee. Right, it is that time. It is quiz time. So if you want to get into the quiz, now is the time. I've cocked up the teams, but we'll see what happens. There's going to be 4 teams. Everyone who played last week's Eliminator, the Answer Smash, and people who didn't. I'm going to say it's going to be hard. If you're in Team Lady or Team Gentleman, you might be up against it. Right. For those of you who like to scan the scanny thing, let me move that out the way. Or shall we try Aquarium Confession before we do the quiz? There's the scanny thing for those of you who like to scan the scanny thing. I didn't watch the sports ball last weekend, so I have a feeling this quiz is going to kick my butt. There are no Super Bowl sports quiz questions this week about that particular sport. I did my annual trying to stay up and watch the Super Bowl on Sunday night, and purely because I wanted to see the halftime show. Fell asleep 5 minutes before the halftime show, woke up 5 minutes after it ended. I've seen the Tenacious D movie, but maybe when I was 10. You're not that. What? No. Oh, 2001. That's when that album came out. So, yeah. It is that old. Oof. Thank goodness. All I know about the Super Bowl is that a bunny person played. I just wanted to watch it because I can't speak Spanish either, but I just wanted to enjoy something that I knew was really upsetting a certain demographic of people. Bad Bunny, yes. Oh, Bandit's got to go. My internet's playing up. Oh, unlucky. Rutherford says, it's my birthday tomorrow. Can I have bonus points? I'm 56 years young, so I'll take 56 points, please. Do you know, as you asked so nicely, I'm assuming you're Craig Rutherford. As you asked so nicely, no. Of course you can. Right. Are we ready? Let's get the show on the road. Good luck, everyone. Oh, as I choke to death. Question number 1. In Spanish-speaking countries, the bad luck day is known as Martes 13. What day of the week is that? Martes 13 in Spanish-speaking countries is the unlucky day, like Friday the 13th here, which is today. Dun, dun, dun. But what day of the week is it in Spanish-speaking countries? Ooh. Kind of close between Monday and Tuesday. But the correct answer is Tuesday. Martes is commonly associated with disagreements because the word not only refers to the day of the week, but also to Mars, the Roman god of war. 13 is culturally a bad omen around the world. Lauren taking the top spot. With that fast finger. Question number 2. What chocolatier created the first heart-shaped box of chocolates for Valentine's Day in 1868? Which is tomorrow, for those of you who, like me, forgot. I can never understand the words, even when they sing in English. Yeah, I mean, last year's... who was it last year? What's his face? Your boy, your man that doesn't like Drake. Kendrick Lamar. Again, enjoyed that. Couldn't understand a bloody word he was saying. I always have to look up, like, This is how old I am. I have to look up rap songs to say, what are they actually saying? Is it Cadbury's, Godiva, Lindt, or Witchman? Oh, you think it might be Lindt? You would be wrong. It is Cadbury. Cadbury's began packaging chocolates in proprietary fancy boxes in 1861 and introduced the heart-shaped box in time for Valentine's Day 1868. Stevie P. So remember, even if you go out, get all your questions wrong, you're still playing for your team, even though I've cocked up the teams this week. Question number 3. Your team might need all the points they can get. Which of these US airports is both the busiest in the United States and in the world by passenger volume? Is it DFW, LAX, JFK, or ATL? So ATL is Atlanta, JFK, I don't know, Washington? No. JFK? Don't know. LAX, Los Angeles, DFW? Don't know. JFK is New York. Of course it is. I should know that. I'm pretty sure I've been in it. You think it might be Atlanta? It is indeed. Since 1998, Atlanta, Georgia's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport has been the world's busiest by passenger traffic. In 2024, it served 108.1 million passengers. Atlanta is bigger for exchange. Yeah, I think it is like a hub for everywhere. So if you want to go anywhere, you go through Atlanta, basically, pretty much. It is massive. Yes, I've seen videos. I've never been. Right, question number 4. Which of these is the national flower of Japan? Is it the camellia, the cherry blossom, the tulip, or the dahlia or dahlia, depending where you come from? The rest of the world is currently leading the teams. Europe, second place. And the ladies are beating gents, even though ladies have fewer players. Which of these is the Japanese national plant? Dahlia, yes. Dahlia. It's like Bath or Bath. You think it might be the cherry blossom. You're quite correct. It is the cherry blossom, or sakura. Can be seen through Japan during the spring. Sakura, you're right. Sakura. It's crazy big. Trains to get around. I paid $28 for a beer about 12 years ago. That's a lot. I don't know if it's the same in America, but in Britain, it's the law. You have to have a pint in the airport before any flight. Regardless of time, it could be 4 in the morning, it could be 6 in the morning. You have to have a pint, even if it's with your breakfast. I think if you made them $28, that might stop that practice. Question number 5. Which of these is not one of the words represented by the first aid treatment acronym RICE? Is it ice, circulation, rest, or elevation? As a qualified first aider, this is one of the many things I had to remember. You think it might be circulation. Of course it is. Rice is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Never drunk before a... What? Never drunk before a flight? Usually I've been there early morning and nothing more grim than seeing people drink at 7... But the law, how were you allowed on the plane if you didn't have a... What? It does not compute. Also, Heathrow Terminal 3 for internationals doesn't really have a... What? If it's the law to have a pint before any flight, you're not allowed to build an airport terminal without a pub in it. It's like the law is every airport has a Wetherspoons in it, and every airport Wetherspoons is open all day, so you can have a pint no matter what time your flight is. It's the law. There are rules to these things. I'll not hear of this nonsense. CVP stays. I'm going to have a drink myself just to get over the shock of Rebecca not thinking you have to drink. International flight. Right, question number... In fact, let me just show you this. I said I forgot it was Valentine's Day. My wife forgot it was Valentine's Day as well. So she's not got me anything. But look what I got her. A kilogram of mini eggs. Her favourite sweets. I'm going to be in such good books. And then Hazy Faced Assassin is my next beer. Sorry, back to the quiz. Question number 6. Which of these minerals helps carry oxygen in the blood? Zinc, iron, magnesium, or selenium? Which of these minerals helps carry oxygen in the blood? I mean, this is a very loosely linked Valentine's Day question. It's blood comes from the heart. Heart, blood. Doesn't come from the heart, but you know what I mean. What do we think? Iron, most people are going for. It is iron. Well done, most people. Airports and train stations in Scandinavia frequently have an O'Leary's pub. You can imagine to my surprise when I walked into a Boston Irish bar in Tromsø, Norway. Being from Boston, it was surreal. British American Airways, I definitely will. I forgot they gave free drinks last time, so I thought I was in luck when they offered me at least 3, so I had... Some terminals have a... I think it's the law that all... Wetherspoons has to be everywhere. Anyway. Question number 7. On the classic TV series The Addams Family from 1964, what is Wednesday Addams' middle name? Is she Wednesday Sunday Addams, Wednesday Thursday Addams, Wednesday Friday Addams, or Wednesday Tuesday Addams? Maybe Friday? Maybe I. It is indeed. In the Addams Family, the middle name is revealed as Friday, a nod to the unusual and dark-humoured characteristics of the Addams Family. Now you know. Stevie P in first place, 573, just average Dan in second, close behind with 523, and in third place is Scat with 492. I just averaged my balls on 286. Oh. I'm going to give myself a stitch from laughing. Right. Question number 8. What is the latest month in a year significant snowfall has been recorded in the UK? I think the definition of significant is more than 10% of the country covered by more than 10% of snow, something like that. So snow has to lie in a certain amount of area of the country. So was it May, July, April, or June? I picked this question because it was snowing earlier. You think it might be April? The correct answer is June. June the 2nd, 1971. There was significant snowfall over 50% of the country, apparently. Dan takes the top spot after that one. Zenny moving up into 4th. And moving on to question number 9. Which of these native Australian birds is a rosella? Which of these native Australian birds, terrible, is a rosella? Is it A, B, C, or D? I think this one's a bit easy, I think. Oh, maybe not. Not really letting you see many of the birds there, is it? Do that. Is that a bit better? Most of you going for D, but it is in fact A, is the rosella. Sorry. See, Jonathan with no plan, that was what I was thinking as well, because surely at some point the latest month becomes the earliest month. So like it was right in the middle of summer. But there is an answer to that question as well, as what is the earliest one. So obviously June as the 6th month is, so there is the midsummer point, after which you can do the earliest snowfall. And it's much more common to have snow late than early, if that makes sense. So there's a statistic, something like you're more likely to have snow at Easter than at Christmas. How is that easy when there's clearly a rosy one? I thought all the other ones were quite easy, like that's a cockatoo, that's the one with the, yeah, that I can't remember the name of, and that's the one with the name of, I can't remember the name of. What's the bird? Kookaburra? No. Yes? No. I can't remember. Anyway, question number 10. Here comes your first gambling question. Now remember, if you go out in the gambling, don't out away and not play anymore. You're playing for a team. Question number 10. Here comes your probably useless clue. Do you know your phobias? Do you know your phobias? So risk whatever points you feel comfortable risking. If you don't risk anything, you can't lose anything, but then you also can't win anything. So this is time to pick your strategy. Do you know your phobias? Which of the following words means a fear of Friday the 13th? Is it Viera Trisca decaphobia, Veni Ratriska decaphobia, Fridat risk a decaphobia, or Paraskevi decaphobia? Triphobia. Sorry. Kookaburra, that's the one. Which one of these is a fear of Friday the 13th? I have a feeling some people will be guessing, and some people might be mad enough to remember this from last year when I asked this question. But 7 of you have gone with paraskevi dictriphobia. 6 of you have gone with fridag. The correct answer is D. What's that done to the scores? Stevie P's in first place. Second place, Zenny McGinger. Third place, Brian says Rehome Graham. Oh, look at all those losers. Sorry, but you know. Lauren in fourth place. Error 404 mysteriously in fifth. Sixth for Ichthy. Seventh is Moner Lee. And then some people didn't bet all their points, and the ones who went balls to the walls have all lost their balls. Question number 11. At the first Winter Olympics in 1924, women were only allowed to compete in blank. Is that cross-country skiing, figure skating, alpine skiing, or shooting? I was literally clicking the wrong answer and managed to drag my finger before I let it go. Well, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. What do we think? Oh, everyone going for figure skating. Did I tempt you with my video of the spinning girl? Wahahaha. No, you're right, it is. At the first Winter Olympics in Chamonix 1924, women were only allowed to compete in figure skating. Oh, Adam missing out on that one, but still retaining third spot. Question number 12. What is the capital city of the tropical island destination of Barbados? Is it San Juan, Bridgetown, Nassau, or Hamilton? Not to confuse Barbados with Bahamas. Or if you're American, Barbados. Quite an even split, but it is, in fact, Bridgetown. Originally named Echicurenim, the island claimed the Spanish navigators in the late 15th century who named it Barbudos, meaning the bearded ones, after the long hanging roots of the bearded fig trees. Okay. Oh, Lauren knew that one. Creeping up into third spot. Question number 13. In the original Friday the 13th film, which of these is the name of the killer? Is it Michael, Jason, Freddy, or Pamela? I worked with a guy from Barbados. He pronounced it... Well, that doesn't help me. Barbados? Barbados. No. Just no. Not having that. Who was the original killer in the... Who was the killer in the original Friday the 13th film? Easy for me to say. You've all gone for Jason. Of course it was. Freddy was Nightmare on Elm Street. It was, though, Pamela. Because Pamela is the mother of Jason, who drowned to death as a child and drove her to murder those who she thought were responsible. DVP gets that one, amassing 1,300 points. Zenny with all the ones. 1111. Question number 14. On what day of the week must a month begin in order for it to have a Friday the 13th? Is it Sunday, Saturday, happy days, Friday, Monday, happy days? I mean, the image kind of gives it away. Yep, most of you going for Sunday because it's Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I did not math that. Sounds like a generic plot. I mean, to be honest, I've never seen any Friday the 13th movie, and I don't think I'm missing anything. Just happy to put that out there. Everyone got low points. Everyone looked at their calendar. Yeah, for those of you who scored with like 30 points there, definitely on the phone going, oh, right, yeah. Right, question number 15. What gives Earl Grey tea its citrusy aroma and flavour? Now, quizzers from last week or the week before might remember this. Is it lemongrass, hibiscus flowers, bergamot oil, or basil? Basil. What gives Earl Grey tea its citrusy aroma and flavour? Oh, I thought more of you would have got that, but it is indeed bergamot oil. That was an answer smash question from last week. Or the week before, possibly. Error 404 has mysteriously creeped into the top 3. Here we go for question 16. As of 2026, France has hosted the Winter Games 3 times, but which of these is not one of the locations? Is it Courchevel, Chamonix, Albertville, or Auberville, or Grenoble? That's my worst French accents. Courchevel, Chamonix, Auberville, Grenoble. A, B, C, or D? Has not hosted. That's a bar chart for people who don't know the answer. The correct answer is Courchevel. The very first Winter Games was in Chamonix, 1968 were in Grenoble, and 1992 were in Albertville. Courchevel is a well-known premier ski resort in the French Alps, but has never hosted the Olympics. Sports no questions. Yes, there's a few of those sports no questions. Question number 17. No, let's have a look at the scores on the doors. Ooh, that doesn't look good at the top. Just Average Dan making it back into the top 10 after losing all these points. Let's check in on the team rankings. On the teams, the rest of the world is currently on top with 5,473 points. Europe with 3,075, ladies with 1,450, and gents with 615. Question number 17. On what part of her body might a woman in the 13th century wear a barbette? Her waist, her hand, her head, or her foot? Never seen the Winter Olympics. It's quite irrelevant for us. What? We're like world champion curlers. We're doing all right in some of the snowy ones and the jumping about on skis one, whatever that's called. We're doing one on the sliding on a tea tray one. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Anyway, where would you wear a barbette? You think it might be the head or maybe the waist. It is indeed the head. Popular in the medieval period across Europe and considered quite fashionable amongst noblewomen, a barbette was a linen chin strap piece of headwear designed to secure veils and headdresses. Now you know. GB skeleton guys. Yeah, that's the tea tray one, isn't it? I always get confused with skeleton, luge, and one's front, one's backwards. I don't know which would be scarier, head first or feet first. Question 18. How many consecutive strikes do you need to get a perfect 300 in 10-pin bowling? There's another sports ball question. Sorry, everyone. Is it 9, 10, 12, or 15? Not sure many schools even teach these kinds of sports. We just had to freeze out in the rain and cold doing it. Well, yeah. Well, we did skiing in our school. But it was like you had to go on ski trips and stuff. But it wasn't like a lesson or anything. I'm trying to think what else we might have done. We had quite a lot of ice rinks, but I don't ever remember doing anything with school with ice rinks. Apparently lots of like luge and bobsleigh and skeleton and all that kind of thing are all like failed sprinters. Go into it. So you need that kind of explosive speed. Anyway, how many balls do you need, or how many strikes do you need? You think it might be 12 or possibly 16? 15? It is 12. To get a perfect 300, you need 12 consecutive strikes. One strike in the first 9 frames plus 3 more in the 10th frame's bonus balls. Stephen got the sports ball question right. Whoop whoop. Question 19, penultimate question time. The word gymnasium stems from an ancient Greek term meaning blank exercise. Is it communal exercise, emperor's exercise, naked exercise, or morning exercise? The word gymnasium, or if you're French, gymnasium, or German, gymnasium, German. I don't know what's going on with that cat. Oh, you think either communal or naked? Second guess between what I think makes sense and ridiculous, but then again, I had to go ridiculous. Always go ridiculous. The correct answer is naked. The word gymnasium comes from the ancient Greek gymnasium, which is derived from gymnos, meaning naked or nude. that means these are the standings before the final question. I'm more familiar with the sports balls where you can eat pizza and drink beer while playing them. That does make it easier, I suppose. Right, here comes your final question. Remember, it again is a gambling question. Currently, the teams... I'll just show you. Rest of the world on top. The gents are bringing up the rear. Who are the girls? Garage Gills, Hillstream Blues, Just Average My Balls, and Erse are playing for the gents this week. And the ladies are Ichthy, Elaine, and the G's trouncing the gents. The rest of the world are beating the Europeans by quite a margin. Right. Let's go on to our final question. Here comes your cryptic clue. This question is murder. This question is murder. In the late 19th century, which city was the site of 5 brutal murders committed by Jack the Ripper? Was that Chicago, Boston, London, or Paris? Blimey, that's easy. Well, they're not all difficult. This is more about, you know, the strategy of when to bet, when not to bet, how much to bet. So those of you who went all in might be thinking, haha. Those of you who only put in 10% maybe, they'll be like Lee kicking themselves. Which city was Jack the Ripper ripping in? You all think it was London because of course it was London. Jack the Ripper was never caught and his identity remains one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. The infamous murders of 5 prostitutes took place in the East End, Whitechapel district of London in 1888. At the time, the area was engulfed in poverty and social unrest. Right, let's see what that does to everything. Your winning players are... third place, the mysterious Error 404 with 2,500 points. In second place, Zany McGinger with 2,667 points. But your winner tonight with 3,024 points is Stevie P. Wrong button. Well done, Stevie P. Yep. You've all done well, so time for that bit of fun for everyone. If you want to know who won the team game, there you go. Oh, no. There's the team scores. So rest of the world, helmed by tonight's winner, Stevie P, has done quite well. Error 404, yep. Rest of the world. Europe, Lauren leading the way, but just didn't have it, Europe. Although the ladies, Rebecca would be playing for Team Europe. Don't know about Lane and the G's. There you go. That's how we did. I will sort out the teams properly for next week. But now we have to do some live exports. And then we have to open up quiz. We're in February. We have to delete that. Copy that. Bring that over. Well, Stevie P was in first place last week. I wonder what will happen this week. That means Stephen remains in first place. Lauren overtakes Dan, who was first place last week. Brian says Rehome Graham's up to third. Zany in fourth. Mysterious Error 404 is in fifth. Dan 6th. Lemoy 7. Craig in 8th. Applegal and John McGinn bringing up the rear. Well done, everybody. Right. Oops. Let's get rid of that. Big face. Yes. So, right. Let me save that. Okay. Really expecting Super Bowl. See, I thought people might bone up on Super Bowl, so I thought, oh, I'll miss them off and just be sneaky. Right, so I would like to do an aquarium confession. I would like to move that there so as I can make a short out of this much easier. So this is the Aquarium Confession booth. For those of you who haven't seen this feature yet, this is where I invite all of you to share your mistakes, your meltdowns, your misadventures in the aquarium hobby, and let us know what you got up to. Might be just to do the catharsis thing of sharing is lessening that burden, or it might be to give us a laugh, it might be to ask for absolution. This week, we've had a few responses this week. There will be a link in the description or in chat, someone, if they do that kind of thing shortly. You know, it's a safe space. This week's first confession is from Chris. Chris is brave, let's say, because they've not gone with the anonymous option. Is Chris in with us tonight? Let me know if you're here, Chris. This week's confession is from Chris, where I ask a bunch of questions. The first being, what is your fish keeping confession? Chris says, maybe 35 years ago, I was in a club when someone new joined, I'm assuming this is a fish keeping club, who was new to the hobby and was trying to set up a new 20L. 20L, 20 gallon tank. So Chris must be an American. After months of him complaining about all the problems he was having with his new tank, I agreed to come and have a look as he lived in a nearby town. Back in the day, the idea of cycling a new tank wasn't as well known as today, and it was talked about in rumours rather than any kind of scientific approach. It wasn't exactly common, but it wasn't unheard of for people to start tanks by peeing in the tank to kick things off. Buddy had misunderstood this advice. He had filled the tank with his pee, and for months had been running it, slowly adding a quart of fresh water each week as a water change, wondering why his house stank and every goldfish he added died within a few hours. When he first joined the club, he told us it only took him 4 days to fill the tank, which seemed an odd thing to say at the time, but didn't really think much of it. But all of a sudden, it made sense. Chris then goes on to say, I swear to God, this isn't me. Oh, I read this as I was having my lunch, I spat my lunch all over my desk. The next question I ask is, looking back, what did you learn, if anything? Chris's advice is, double check all advice. I think that's quite a clever thing to say in those circumstances. Do you seek absolution for your fish-keeping sins? I deserve judgment, but I accept forgiveness, says Chris. Now, technically, if Chris is to be believed, this isn't Chris, and it's probably the other person who needs absolution. But there's just so many things to unpick from that. The guy managed to pee 20 gallons in 4 days. Oh dear. So, as always, we'll have a quick poll. Oh, that's made my face hurt. Sorry. Do we absolve Chris or Chrissy's friend? Or not? Now, in the past, we've had things like I have used my dead work colleague as an excuse to buy a fish tank. I have cheated on my boyfriend to elicit free fish from the fish store. They all got absolved, no questions asked. Somebody lied to his mum about a free fish. They were like, no, down with that. Off to hell. So, what do you think? I'm going to throw up. I just, the thought of the smell. "20 gallons of pee in 4, exactly. That's a lot of pee. Maybe it was a family effort. I don't know. Maybe it was. Let me look at the wording again. So it literally says trying to start a new 20 space L. That technically could be a 20-litre tank, couldn't it? But whenever I've seen 20L before, it's like a 20-gallon long. That's how the Americans say that. But I guess it could be a 20-litre tank. But I don't think if it was a British person, I don't think they'd have called it a 20L. I don't know. Was it a group effort? I think it could have been. or a proper party. Lots of beer, yeah. Straight to jail, says Stevie P. You can't fix stupid, says Adam. No absolution. I always thought pee was sterile unless you had some kind of bladder infection. I mean, I think it is quite sterile, but it's like the reason, I mean, that is a thing. People did used to pee into the tanks to kickstart it. It's the same as throwing in a shrimp or a prawn or fish food. It's you're looking for some kind of source of ammonia to kick things off. But, you know, it's better to use ammonia rather than pee which has ammonia in it. But yeah, to fill an entire fish tank full of piss. I don't know. An average adult produces about 0.2 to 0.5 gallons. So to do that in 4 days, then that's pretty good. Maybe it was a group effort. Who knows? I'm just glad he didn't tell the guy about building up a mulm layer. Lovely. Anyway, well, we're heading towards absolution. 61% of you so far have said we should absolve. So I'm going to end it there and say, Chris, you're absolved. Oop. Wrong button. There we go. We do have another one. It's not quite in the same league, but it's similar. So here's our second confession of the evening. Remember, submit your confessions. This is quickly becoming one of my favourite parts of the stream. This one was submitted today, and again, I think this one's not anonymous either. This one is submitted by Applegal. Now, it either is Applegal, who's in stream tonight, or it's someone pretending. So I thought this would be quite a good move if somebody's like, "What's your name? Aquarium Delirium. What's your confession? I ran naked through the streets of Newcastle." Like, what? But it wasn't that one. So Applegal's confession is... In fact, I'll start that again just in case I need to clip this for, for a short. Our next confession of the evening is from Applegal. Again, brave not to be anonymous, or is it? What is your fish keeping confession? Applegal says, I have a tendency to sit in front of my betta tank and hang out with him. I brought my drink with me in a glass. Now, I also have a mug and a turkey baster next to his tank that I use to suck out the uneaten food and poop every now and again, every evening. I must have forgotten to dump it, because the mug was half full. I was sitting there talking and singing to my betta like a silly lady. I reached for my soda pop without looking, took a mouthful and thought, What's wrong with my Sprite? It tastes bland. I accidentally took a big mouthful of poop, fish, food, water. Luckily, I never swallowed. That's what she said. Sorry. I immediately ran to the bathroom, spit it out, and rinsed my mouth out with Listerine. Looking back, what did you learn, if anything? Look before you grab your drink in your next fish tank. Do you seek absolution? I regret nothing. I deserve judgment, but accept forgiveness, or please absolve me. I think that's an easy absolution. That's just an innocent yet disgusting mistake. So we'll start a quick. I think everyone's going to absolve you on that one, Applegal, on the basis that you only hurt yourself. I don't swallow. But a habit that served you well in this situation then. Yes, that is... You're getting 100% of absolution. Stephen says, that's tragic. The taste was punishment enough. Quite right. Lee's done it with paintbrush water. I mean, we've all had a mouthful of fish tank water in our lives, surely. Back to the early one. Someone who fills a tank with fish should not have pets, and that is a good point. I'm scared of making that same mistake. I can totally see how... Yeah, I can see that too. Especially if you use a mug or a cup that you would also use the same sort of mug or cup to drink out of. But, Applegal, you have been absolved. 93% absolution rate. We'll give you that one. And therein ends our confessions for the evening, for the week, no less. I once drank from a bottle that I thought had water in it. It turned out to be sanitizer for wine bottles. Oh, you've got a bit of a record here, Applegal. Thank you all. Right, I need to do a little bit of due diligence to answer smash to make sure turn off allow previous teams. So we're only having ladies and gentlemen for answer smash. For those of you who are new here, answer smash is the revolutionary new quiz that is taking over the internet, specifically at this time on a Friday night every week, where you will be asked a question in text and shown an image in image format and asked to smash the answers of those two things together, therefore making one answer smash. I did think, because we're now starting to get the hang of answer smash after 8-9 weeks of it, about introducing spaces into answer smash, but I don't know if this might blow your minds completely. So we haven't done it this week, so we're continuing with the no spaces policy. There will be no spaces between any answers that are smashed together. So to recap, there will be two answers. You have to smash them together. So the last couple of letters from one answer is the first couple of letters of the next answer, hence answer smash, making one answer. Smashed. No spaces. Got it? And then we have, if you weren't here last week, we've moved on where it's not necessarily going to be the text as the first part of the answer. It might be the second part. So, whoa, difficult. We can get this. We can get this. Reminds me of when I went to the pub and couldn't finish the glass, so they put the rest in my water bottle. I totally forgot the next day and walked a few miles and needed water. At least that's a pleasant surprise. Well, I suppose when you're not expecting it. GeoGuessr. Should we bring back GeoGuessr? Oh, I don't know. Instructions unclear. Answer space? No spaces yet. That might be introduced later in the series of answer smashing. So an example of an answer smash with spaces might be, the question might be second Star Wars film, and then the image might be the movie poster for Back to the Future. So it would be The Empire Strikes Back to the Future. So you would have spaces in there, so that it made sense. Yeah? No? There's still hope and optimism in your voice as you explain the game. I know. I think I might be pushing it a little bit when I keep adding in these new bits, because it's like everyone just gets to understand it. Like last week, the fact that it wasn't, the text answer wasn't first every week, everyone was like, "What? I don't understand." No. Oh, we know. It's not that hard though. I don't get why this shouldn't be confusing. It's cute. I am not changing the rules to make it funnier for myself. I kind of like GeoGuessr. Oh, 2 for GeoGuessr. Well, maybe we'll have that poll later as well. All right, let me post the link to Answer Smash so that if nothing else, we can get it over with. Copy link address. His optimism is so indeed. I have faith in you guys. This isn't hard. We can do this. So hopefully this will be men versus women or ladies versus men. If you don't fit into one of those categories, I apologize. Your life choices are your own, but pick one for the purposes of the quiz. I'm not making a political statement with this. Hopefully you will be asked to join a team of men or women. Present. There we go. Those of you who like to scan the scanny thing. Do we have the link? Yep, just posted it. I think in this suspiciously similar game by that Richard guy, the graphics do have spaces. But spaces would be where autocorrect triggers here, so maybe it would be better to keep the no space. Well, in the game by that Richard bloke, there's often not graphics. Sometimes it might just be what is the second film in Star Wars and also the first film of a trilogy about time travel, and it would be Empire Strikes Back to the Future. And it's easier if you're only playing with 4 people and you have a whole production team behind you. So I might have to keep it a little bit simple. It won't let me join. Oh no. Why not? Hit refresh or something. Everyone else seems to be in. We've got 14 people in so far. For teams, we have 8 ladies and 6 gentlemen. Well, that might be a push. I was trying to be nice with ladies and gentlemen, but, you know, some of our ladies are out here gargling with fish. For the ladies, we've got the G's, Applegal, Hunk Smash, Mona Lee, Scat, Zenny McGinger, Lemoy, Lauren, A, and Elaine. And for the gentlemen, we have Stevie P, Garage Gills, Craig Rutherford, Error 404, mysteriously is an American male. Okay, right, let's write that down. Brian says Rehome Graham, just out of Dan and Craig. So, Error 404. This whole thing is concocted as a way to figure out who Error 404 is. So you're going to think they're from USA or Canada. And they are male. I'm going to say they work in some kind of technical job. Otherwise, they wouldn't know what error 404 meant. Or could be a woman just pretending to be a man. Let's go, girls. Says Zinny. Sorry for that. I apologize for that. Elaine likes GeoGuessr too, right? That's 3 people that like GeoGuessr. So that's all you that don't like it. We're playing GeoGuessr next week. We're getting closer to solving the mystery. We are indeed. So I need to think of a category for next week that can narrow it down even more. Should we do ages? Like over 30, under 30? I don't think that. Is anybody under 30 here? I don't know. What else could we do? I feel like in about a year's time we could have narrowed it down to zip code. I apologise now to Stevie P. It's Al. Well, there are 7 gents, there are 9 ladies. I'm sure Error 404 revealed themselves sometime last year. They did win a quiz before. I could be getting mixed up with someone else. But they've definitely won a quiz before. But they're one of the quiz winners that never got in touch to say where they lived or anything, so I couldn't send them a prize. Here's a question for you. I've had 2 phone calls this week from people saying, hello, is this Aquarium Adventures? But yes. Do you have a shop? Oh, not really. Oh, I just wanted to come and have a look at some of your plants. Are you in Carmarthen or are you in some other Welsh place? I'm in Sheffield. Oh, your website says you're in Carmarthen. Doesn't. I can't find anything on my website that says that's where I'm based. And then I had another one from someone in Northern Ireland asking me whether I was in 2 places in Northern Ireland because they wanted to come and have a look at my stuff. I was like, what? I don't get this. And last week, yeah, it would have been last week, someone else asked me, why are you showing up as if you're, I think they said they thought I was in Portsmouth. Now, the only thing I can think of is that I have that fish shop finder on my website, and are people getting confused because they do a Google search for a fish shop in Portsmouth and they find my website showing the fish shops in Portsmouth and then think I'm the shop? Because I've had a few comments like that saying, your shop's terrible, I demand you refund me for that thing I bought last week. And I'm like, I'm not the shop, I'm just showing you where the shop is. Anyway, random thoughts. Pardon me. All right, Adam, you're quite right. You need to take this seriously because you're outgunned. There's 9 of them. There's only 7 of you. And we're ready to go, I think. Remember, the questions are in no particular order. You're going to be getting an image, say what you see, and a question. Smash them together. Let's see how we get on. No freebies or gimmies. So don't waste your votes. You'll be letting down your gender. I shall get a quick refreshment while you consider and ponder the first question, which is question number 1. A person who murders an important person for political or religious reasons, and that thing. I will give you poorly spelt correct answers. There's one that's... What do we think? A person who murders an important person for political or religious reasons is an assassin, and that is a bass. So it is Bassassin. So those of you who spelt it wrong, I'm going to give you it. But is that... That's not smashed. That's Bass Assassin. Bassassin. Bassassin then. Bassassin? I'm going to give you it. It's close. I don't think that's an unintentional non-smash. So you're getting it. Bassin, not getting. Traitorous? No. Yes, but no. Catfish. Assassin catfish. I don't know, sorry. Fish shop. Catfish assassin. No. It's Bassassin. The capitalization. Indeed. So the capitalization is meant to indicate the letters that have been smashed. So it's the ass of bass and the ass of assassin have been smashed together. But yes, the answer was Bassassin. Oh, the answer was Bassassin. So Zany is in the lead individually. Scat second, Mona Lee in third. Methinks the ladies are going to be taking it this time, because the top three of them are the women. And indeed, the ladies are... Oh, the average points are the same, but the ladies have got 282 and the men have got 245. So we move on to question number 2. An establishment providing accommodation, meals and other services for travellers and tourists. And that thing. Some weird and wonderful spelling going on here. Oh, I didn't think of that one. The answer I was going for was hotel television. Hotel and television. Now, I've given you motel and television. I did not think of hostelevision, but that also works, so I'm going to give you that. Television in, however, is not a smash. That's just two words right next to each other. And TV hooker is it's an interesting answer. But yes, we were going for hotelevision, hotelevision, motelevision, or hostelevision. So you're right, Lee. Hotel, motel, hostel. I'm giving you them all. Well done. Oh, joint second place. We've got Zenny and Lee with Scat taking the first place. And in terms of the teams, ladies are in front. 90 average points to the men's 72. Question number 3. An omnivorous domesticated hoofed mammal with sparse bristly hair and a flat snout for rooting in soil, often farmed for its meat. And that thing. Someone's fast on this one. Everyone so far is correct. Not everyone now. Sorry. And there's your time. We Pigloo is the correct answer. Igloo cow is interesting. Whoville person ice hut. I mean, surely everyone knows that's an igloo. Whoville person ice hut. Whoville person? What's a Whoville person? Is it Whoville people? Oh, like the Grinch and stuff like that. Alright, yeah, I get you. No. It was Pigloo. Did one of them fart? I don't know what's going on. Yes, we were after Pigloo, everyone. Igloo cow. Not a smash or correct in any way. So I'm afraid you're not getting that one. So, oh, Brian says Rehome Graham missed out on that one. Oh, the spiritual reefer has joined. I'm missing answers, Matt. You're not. You're just in time because the men is the gentlemen versus the ladies tonight, and the men are outnumbered by the women. And for the team score so far, the ladies, oh, we've now got 9 in each. The ladies are way ahead with 1,314 points, with Scat leading the way for the ladies. Oh no, Joint Zenny is also on 230. And then for the gents, the mysterious Error 404, still putting up with my detective work and playing along. It's helping us out. Right, question number 4. Oh, wrong screen. Popular name for the tallest and oldest living trees in the world, and that. Popular name for the tallest and oldest living trees in the world. Oh, you paused it and made me retype it. Sorry, I thought I'd banjaxed it, but no, we were okay. Right, what are we thinking here? We have a few redwoodies. Yew woody. So a yew tree. I mean, yeah, that is a tree, and that is an answer smash, so well done you, but no. Woody sequoia, it's not an answer smash. You know when I do this all the time, are you just like, nah, you can't mean you smash them together. He's mistaken. That's not what that means. One word followed by another word is not an answer smash. One word where the last few letters of that word are the first few letters of this word, an answer smash does make. Smash them, or it's not the right answer. Woodland? Woodland? That's just woodland. It's neither the answer to the question or the image. Woody tree, that is say what you see. I'll give you that. You've done that. You haven't smashed anything together. There's no die trees or yew tree. You've put something down though. That's an attempt. Well done. The answer I was looking for was redwoody. Redwoody. The redwood tree and woody. Zany McGinger, Mona Lee, the G's into the top 3 for the individual game. And then in the teams, the ladies are still ahead, but the men are catching up with 1,627 points to 1,102. Question number 5. Capital city of Hungary. And whatever that is. This is a tricky one. I'll give you that. Okay, it's not a tricky one. Folks, straight in with the answer to that one. That's a good wrong answer there. I like it. I thought this was going to be a lot harder, but everybody's getting this one. Well done, everybody. Oh, I like this one. Well done, you. Thank you. Baby food. So the answers for this one, we've got Budapesto, Budapest and Pesto. Well done, you lot. Pestonia. Oh, I like it. It is a smash. Estonia is not the capital of Hungary, though. Budapest's and baby food. Budapesto. Well done, those Budapestos. The G's getting that really quickly. 86 points on that one. Moving swiftly on to question number 6. The common name for the guards or yeomen of the Tower of London. And that thing. I'm talking about the green spinning disc-shaped thing rather than anything else in the image. Common name for the guards or yeomen of the Tower of London. And that thing. There's a couple of interesting spellings, but I'm going to give you the interesting spellings. So, obviously that's a disc from disc golf, so something that rhymes with discs. It is, of course, a frisbee. And the yeomen from the Towers of London are called beefeaters. So I was looking for frisbee feeders. The answers that we got. Frisbeefers. It's so close that I want to give you the points for that one. But I can't give you beefers. So you got frisbee and beefers, and you have smashed it. Oh, I'm tempted to give you it. It's kind of close. I mean, you're almost there. I'm feeling generous. I'm going to give you frisbee first. Frisbee guards. Fritzma. Frisbees. That's just more than one frisbee. That's not a smash. You haven't smashed anything. No. So the team rankings. We're starting to get incredibly close, but this is not getting incredibly close anymore. Gentlemen, you are letting yourselves down. You're nearly 1,000 points behind. Question number 7. The province of Canada, which has Toronto as its capital. I've missed off an L there. And that thing. Rachel's never heard of beefeaters. I suppose that is a bit of a... Well, I thought they'd be quite international. Everybody knows what a beefeater is. Isn't there a drink? Is it beefeater vodka? Something like that? Mind you, that might just be here. I don't know. Oh, there's some good but wrong answers here. I love all the videos of people trying to make them crack while on duty. Yeah. Well, they're not actually beefeaters. I will give you a detailed description of the beefeaters. I used to have to go to London quite a lot for work. and one of my clients had to walk through or skirt around the Tower of London to get there. So I'd see them quite often. Well, there's a few interesting answers here. So 7 of you have gone for lemon, because it's a lemon, and Ontario, Lemontario. That is the correct answer. Lemon New England. That's technically an answer smash, but incorrect. Lemontreal. Lemontreal. Lemon, eh? Lemontreal. That's, I think they're all various spellings of lemon and Montreal. Ontario Mons. I mean, so close, but I fear you haven't quite got the gist of the game yet with that answer. So you know Ontario, so you've got that bit right, and you've got Mons. Where's the lem? Where's the le? You've not so much smashed as chopped off some letters and placed them adjacent to each other. That's very much not how you're meant to play the game. And Manitoba, Manitoba, yeah, kind of. That's a good attempt, but wrong. No, I was going for Lemontario. Oh, Zenny missed out. Error 404 got it. The G's. Mona Lee missed out. Has that done anything to the scores on the teams? Not really. You've made a 200-point gain, gents. So it's not too bad. So Beefeater. They're the Beefeaters. Well, this guy, Beefeater. Oh, there's a good image. So this guy, go away, New York Post. This guy, Beefeater. This guy, not Beefeater. They're the ones that can't move or anything and can't speak to you unless they do crack and they have someone give it you. These guys won't shut up. These guys aggressively take the piss. Like, if their shift is 8 hours a day, they spend 8 hours taking the piss out of everyone they talk to. So yeah, they're the Beefeaters. They are not. They're just like the King's Guards or something like that they're called these days. Now you know. And we move on to question number 8. Collective name for various armed forces and that image. Thought they were all that with just different ranks. Yeah, I mean, I probably thought that at some point as well. But yeah, I think it's King's Guards are the ones with the bearskin hats, and the Beefeaters are the ones in the regalia and all that. Royal Irish Guard, that might be one of the regiments that do it. I must admit, I'm not fully up on all the ceremonial roles and ranks and all that kind of stuff. Right, where were we at? Collective name for various armed forces. Let me add in all the spelling issues. I think most of you are getting this one, you just can't spell. Or maybe I can't spell. Some of us can't spell. We can't all be right. We can't all be wrong. Collective name for various armed forces is, of course, the military, and that is a windmill, so it's wind military. I was looking for wind military. Windmillers, military, and Millersheim are not going to cut it. Good efforts. Well, not even good. Efforts. Zenny stays in top 10 points ahead of the G's in the individual game. Point of order, you can't spell that. I did say that was a possibility. That is not how you spell windmill. You're quite right. I did say I I allow some room for incorrect spelling. That does include me too. But yeah, moving swiftly on. Penultimate question. The opposite of beautiful and that thing. We're going for the image rather than the text on the image. The opposites of beautiful and that thing. Someone has aggressively spelt this wrong. Oh, Dan's not getting the pictures. Lauren's giving them the pictures, just covering her answers. So you should wait until the last 10 seconds and then show you, so you have to type really fast. We were, of course, going for the opposite of beautiful being ugly, and that being a mug. Mugly. Muguggle. I mean, I'll accept ugly as a misspelling of ugly, but then you haven't done the smash. You've just done mug and ugly. You've done an answer adjacent rather than an answer smash, so I'm not giving you that one. Correct answer is mugly. So Zenny takes an almost, I was saying almost 10-point lead, but it's actually 11-point lead over the G's. Mysterious Error 404 is in third place. But as a team, I think the ladies have won it, guys. So the gentlemen have got more correct than the ladies. They've answered an average of 6.7 out of 10 correct, where the ladies have answered 6.1, but they've obviously done it faster and got more points. There's not much difference in the average, but the total points, it's quite marked. Final question. A global computer network where you can surf online. And that thing. A global computer network where you can surf online. There's an alternative, an answer that I didn't consider. So it was obviously recycling, and the global network is the World Wide Web. So it's the World Wide Web cycling. That's not. It was Binternet. I was going for Binternet. Now, webbing, not what I was going for, but it is an answer smash, and it is technically correct. So I'm going to have to give you webbing. www bin, no. Worldwide, what the fuck's that thing? No. Internety and trash can, no. www bin, it's like somebody wants to search a website to buy a new bin, but no. We're going for Binternet as the correct answer, but we gave you webbing, which means at the end of the game, your winners are in third place, the G's with 623 points. In second place, Mysterious Error 404 with 634 points. And in third place, Sadie McGinger 664. And in terms of the teams, well, it was pretty one-sided, guys. 4,044 points for the ladies and 2,934 for the gents. The ladies, yeah, they kind of started strong and didn't let up. The gents started slow and didn't catch up. Well done to Error 404, but it just wasn't good enough. Well done, though. Well done. Hopefully everybody had a little bit of fun. Let's see. I think we'll stick to the team format. So for next week, I want to think of some new teams we could make. Maybe you could converse amongst yourselves and decide if you want, because you can have more than 2 teams. You can have 6 teams, 8 teams, whatever. You could do it like a proper pub quiz. But I like I want 2 options for next week. Something that can help us drill down to the next level to find out who Error 404 is. And something that'll be fun. Let's go with that. Those are called totes in my area. A tote over here is a bag. They are called an acid nightmare in my area. I'm chuffed. That's the best I've done since I started this. Maybe popular. Oh yes, we could do a different kind of like fun names as well, like the Marines versus the Freshwaters. And oh yeah, we could definitely do that. Right, we've got to time, and I need the loo. So for no other reason than that, I'm going to bid you all farewell for the evening and hope you have a fantastic weekend. Whatever you get up to, let me know. Come and join the Discord. I know I've not been that active, but I've been very busy, very busy. Come and join the Discord and hang out there and discuss all these topics further. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. And we'll see you next week. Bye.